NDTV's big exclusive with Union Minister Anurag Thakur. Anurag Thakur's message for the India alliance on One Nation, One Poll. He says, why oppose it? One Nation, One Poll will save time. And Anurag Thakur also has a message for MK Stalin's son. He says he must apologize to the nation on his Sanatan Dharma remark. And Stalin Jr.'s eradicate Sanatan Dharma remark sparks a political row. He compares Sanatan Dharma to dengue and COVID, saying it's responsible for many social evils. The BJP slams his remark, says that this is a genocidal call. Udayanithi Stalin justifies, stands by his remark, says, I never called for genocide. And the 2015 Myanmar surgical strike army officer is deployed in Manipur. He is tasked to handle the Manipur situation. And this is Imphaal's last 10 Kuki families are shifted out to Kangpokpi. Violence continues. 12 people have died in the past 5 days. Protests against security forces also continue. This as the trust deficit persists. And Twitter and now X to collect users' biometric data. As per its new privacy policy, X to collect users' photos. Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Vedanta Agarwal. Our top story, well, there's a huge political row over MK Stalin's son, Udayanithi Stalin's remarks on Sanatan Dharma. He said that Sanatan Dharma should be eradicated, and he also said that it's responsible for multiple social evils, going on to compare it with diseases like COVID, dengue and malaria. Well, the BJP and many political leaders from the ruling party have reacted sharply to it, saying that he must apologize to the nation. In fact, Amit Shah went on to the extent of saying that the India alliance hates Hinduism and Hindus. Here's a report.
சிலவற்றை நாம் ஒழிக்கத்தான் வேண்டும், எதிர்க்க முடியாது. கொசு, டெங்கு காய்ச்சல், மலேரியா, கொரோனா இதையெல்லாம் நம்ம எதிர்க்க கூடாது, ஒழித்து கட்ட வேண்டும். அப்படிதான் இந்த சனாதனம். சனாதனம் என்பதை எதிர்ப்பதை விட ஒழிப்பதே நாம் செய்ய வேண்டிய முதல் காரியமாகும்.
Tamil Nadu Sports Minister Udayanithi Stalin's comments likening the Sanatan Dharma to dengue and malaria and calling for its eradication as it's against equality and social justice. The comment drew a sharp reaction from the BJP, which termed it a call for genocide of 80% of population in India following the Sanatan Dharma, and it trained its guns on the India alliance the DMK is part of. Home Minister Amit Shah led the charge against the DMK and the India alliance.
अरे सनातन का राज लोगों के दिल में है, उसको कोई हटा नहीं सकता.
I think he should apologize to the nation. How can anyone stoop so low to gain politically, to get some votes? This shows the true mentality with which they are working for last so many years, just to divide and rule. But bigger question is, this Ghamandiya Gathbandhan, Congress and other alliance partners, they time and again, in the name of appeasement and this kind of politics, divide and rule, are they trying to gain anything out of this?
The comments by the ally have also put the Congress in a spot.
देखो, मैं कांग्रेस की भूमिका हमारी स्पष्ट है. किसी धर्म के बारे में चेष्टा करना, किसी की भावनाओं को दर्द देना, ये कांग्रेस की भूमिका नहीं है. सर्वधर्म समभाव की भूमिका जो बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर ने हमें संविधान में दी है, उसी भूमिका को लेके चलते हैं. हम किसने क्या बोलना वो हमारे हाथ में थोड़ी.
Founded on the rationalist principles of Periyar, for decades the DMK has opposed Sanatan Dharma and has often reaped rich political dividends, arguing that for generations large populations were oppressed by practitioners of Sanatan Dharma on casteist lines, denying them equality, education and even entry into worship places, besides several other forms of cruelty against women, including sati. Denying he called for a genocide of those who follow Sanatan Dharma, Udayanithi Chief Minister M.K. Stalin's son has stood his ground against Sanatan Dharma.
And when we say we want to do away with Sanatana Dharma, it means we want to do away with the rigid caste system.
The BJP has a negligible presence in Tamil Nadu and is trying hard to carve a political space for itself in the Dravidian heartland in the 2024 Lok Sabha polls. With the India alliance beginning to consolidate the opposition, the larger picture, the NDA is intensifying its Hindutva agenda and the DMK upping its anti-Sanatan Dharma stand. In Chennai, Sam Daniel, Find TV.
So that political standoff there. But what's the other political flashpoint is the centre's push for one nation, one election. Now, a day after, Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary wrote to the Home Minister saying that he will not be a part of the 8-member committee. Now, the centre says that the opposition is only interested in blame game. And while the centre is open for debate and discussion, it also defends its one nation, one election push, saying that it will save time and everybody has to be on the same page on this. How that plays out remains to be seen.
वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन ये राष्ट्र हित में है। लंबे समय से इसकी मांग भारतीय जनता पार्टी उठाती रही है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने भी स्वयं इसके बारे में कहा कि देश के संसाधनों को, देश के समय को बचाना उसके हित में है। और ये जो है इसमें विरोध किस बात का है? आखिरकार एक समय पे चुनाव होंगे तो समय भी बचेगा, पैसा भी बचेगा और सरकारें पूरा समय गरीब कल्याण पर, देश के विकास पे लगा पाएंगे। आप भी एक साल में कम से कम 5-6 चुनाव तो कवर करते हो, तो आपका भी 1/3 टाइम तो केवल इलेक्शंस में चला जाता है। आखिरकार वो सारा प्रयास और सारी ताकत राष्ट्र निर्माण में लगेगी तो भारत और आगे बढ़ेगा।
किसको जवाब देंगे कोविद जी? कमेटी किसको सौंपेंगे? प्रधानमंत्री को, किसी सचिव के स्तर के अधिकारी को, या किसी मंत्रालय को, कानून मंत्रालय से? मैं समझता हूं ये राष्ट्रपति पद का अपमान है और शायद इसीलिए अपमान किया जा रहा है कि पहले भी शिलान्यास उनसे नहीं कराया और छोटा किया उनको, और अब ये बना के राष्ट्रपति पद की गरिमा गिराई जा रही है, या शायद वो दलित वर्ग से आते हैं इसलिए।
So, well, an interesting political conundrum there over the centre's one nation, one poll push. Remains to be seen how that plays out, particularly ahead of that special assembly session. But moving now to Rajasthan, where election season has well and truly begun. Well, the BJP has hit the campaign trail, and on Saturday, BJP President JP Nadda launched the first phase of the BJP Parivartan Yatra in Rajasthan, and now Amit Shah launched the second phase of this particular yatra. This will cover 200 assembly constituencies, and the top brass of the BJP, including the state president, also former Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje, were present during Amit Shah's launch of the second phase of the Parivartan Yatra. This is as BJP is now looking to make a comeback in Rajasthan, which sees a revolving door politics.
आज मैं यहां आया हूं तब अशोक गहलोत जी को कुछ सवाल सबसे पहले पूछना चाहता हूं। अशोक गहलोत जी, आप पहले राजस्थान की जनता को बताइए, 10 साल तक केंद्र में यूपीए की सरकार थी, सोनिया मनमोहन की सरकार थी, यूपीए सरकार ने, कांग्रेस सरकार ने राजस्थान की जनता को क्या दिया? जरा इसका हिसाब दीजिए। भोले बनकर इधर उधर की बात मत करिए।
So, well, Amit Shah hitting out at the opposition there, hitting out at Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot as well. But moving now to West Bengal, a former TMC MLA of Dhupguri, Mitali Roy, on Sunday morning joined the BJP 2 days before the by-election in the seat. Now, Roy was not given the ticket this time and was unhappy over being ignored by the TMC for the crucial by-poll in the state. Now, the campaign for the by-poll ended on Sunday. A total of 30 companies of CAPF, paramilitary forces, will be deployed for the Dhupguri by-poll. Remember, this also comes after the high-stakes panchayat polls in West Bengal that saw violence in the state. And in other news, the lathi charge on the agitators sitting on hunger strike for Maratha reservation has provoked, politics across the state and also violence. Well, protesters were lathi charged earlier and now there's political row over it as well. And these protests spread also to Mumbai and Bid, other districts of Maharashtra. They say that the BJP government has disappointed the people of Maharashtra. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Eknath Shinde has appealed for peace. This lathi charge in Jalna on the 1st of September has again given fillip to the issue of Maratha reservation, the effect of which is still being seen all over Maharashtra, including Mumbai. In Bid, Maratha youths held a Jal Samadhi movement in the Godavari river. The administration managed to convince everyone to come out with great difficulty. The Maratha Kranti Morcha staged a protest in Dadar demanding the resignation of Home Minister Devendra Fadnavis.
देवेंद्र फडणवीस के लिए चूड़ियां लेकर आए क्योंकि उनका अत्याचार किया महिलाओं के ऊपर जो सुनियोजित कट के जैसा पुलिसों के मार्फत जो हल्ला किया उसका बैड हल्ला है उसका निषेध करने के लिए चूड़ियां पहन लो आप ऐसे हमारा सब महिलाओं का कहना है जो हमारे मोर्चे पे हल्ला किया है जो सरकार है जो पुलिस वाले हमारे महिला का खून बहाया है उनके लिए बंदे वो बांधने बनाए बांधना चाहिए.
Later, these women protesters were seen tying Rakhi to the policemen present on the spot and denied that protesters threw stones at the police. In 2016, the Maratha Kranti Morcha set an example with their silent protest. But after the Jalna Lathi charge, the movement has taken a violent form. The Maratha Kranti Morcha says that the government is responsible for this.
अब शांति नहीं रही है, जो शांति थी हमारे पास उसको छीनी गई. अच्छे चीजों को लोग मुझे लगता है पसंद नहीं करते, बुरे लोगों को लोग पसंद करते. क्या करेंगे आप लोग? इस अभी मराठा समाज को थोड़ा बुरा होना पड़ेगा. बुरा से क्या मतलब आपका? बुरा से मतलब बुरा ही, जो तोड़ फोड़ करने वाला समाज है वैसा दिखना चाहिए. हम लोग मारपीट करे, खून खराबा करे, इस तरह से मराठा समाज अभी दिखना चाहिए, ऐसे सामने वाले लोगों को लगता है. और मराठा समाज ये छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज का समाज है, उनको मालूम है कहाँ पे क्या करना है.
Meanwhile, politics has also started over the Lathi charge. Shiv Sena leader Aditya Thakur has likened the Shinde-Fadnavis government with General Dyer.
अगर आपने देखा होगा वो लाठीचार्ज जो था यही सवाल पैदा करता है कि ये सरकार जो महाराष्ट्र में बनी हुई है मिंदे और जो भाजपा की सरकार है ये जनरल डायर की सरकार है या हमारे ही देश के लोगों की सरकार है. जैसे लाठीचार्ज हुआ है मैं ये समझता हूँ ये लाठीचार्ज सीएम के परमिशन बिना हो नहीं सकता.
Chief Minister Eknath Shinde termed the Lathi charge as tragic and has announced high-level inquiry.
न्यायालयामध्ये राज्य शासन पूर्ण तयारीने हा खटला लढवतोय. त्यासाठी नामवंत वकील आणि घटना तज्ञांची फौज शासनाने उभी केली आहे. हा मुद्दा घटनात्मक असल्यामुळे काही अडचणी जरूर आहेत, त्या दूर करण्यासाठी राज्य शासन पूर्णपणे प्रयत्नशील आहे. मराठा समाजाला आरक्षण देण्यासाठी मंत्रिमंडळाची एक उपसमिती गठीत केली आहे. आरक्षण मिळवण्यासाठी ज्येष्ठ व तज्ञ वकिलांचा टास्क फोर्स स्थापन करू.
Jalna SP Tushar Doshi has been sent on leave and has now been replaced by Sailesh Balkavade as the district superintendent. But the Maratha community and the opposition are demanding the resignation of Home Minister Devendra Fadnavis. With Sunil Singh and camera person Praveen G. Rohit, Bureau Report, NDTV. And moving now to news from Manipur, where violence continues. In fact, over 12 people have died in the past 5 days. And now in a significant move, a retired army officer who played a key role in India's surgical strikes in Myanmar in 2015 has now been tasked to handle Manipur. Here's a report.
Amid continuing ethnic strife, Manipur government has roped in the decorated former army officer Nectar Sanjanbam. The ex-Special Forces officer led the 21 para-Special Forces which carried out the June 9, 2015 cross-border operation in Myanmar to flash out militants following the Manipur ambush in which 18 army jawans were killed. Sanjanbam, a Manipuri himself, has taken premature retirement and now the Manipur government has appointed him as a special superintendent of police for combat operations. According to sources, his job will be to supervise police operations against armed miscreants. The work for the Kirti Chakra and Saurya Chakra winner is cut out. Miscreants and militants are using military-grade weapons, ammunitions and techniques on both sides between the hills and the valleys in the fresh spell of firing. And there is a deep mistrust for the security forces on both sides. In several places of Chandel district, several Kuki Zomi groups are protesting the Assam Rifles for appointment of officer from the other community in the tribal area.
We are getting here to show that we are totally against Meitei, any officer from the Meitei community to be posted in our area. So at any cost, at any matter, we will not allow Meitei officer to enter in our area, Kuki inhabited area. For this reason, we are gathering here.
In Imphal, women groups are protesting along with 5 valley districts, calling for the withdrawal of legal notice issued by Assam Rifles to a prominent politician.
We want Assam Rifle to actually, instead of taking, apart from taking military responsibility, we want them to take moral responsibility also from both the communities without any bias.
Question is, will the former army officer be able to rein in the flare-up? With K. Mangte in Chandel and BM Sanju in Imphal, in Guwahati, Ratndeep Chaudhary, NDTV.
So, well, the task is cut out for the army veteran. This as trust deficit in security forces still continues. We'll take a short break now. News continues on the other side. Welcome back. When it comes to Twitter, there's no end to surprises. Now known as X, well, it will connect biometric data for its users, such as a photograph of their face in an update to its privacy policy. What will it mean for you? Vasudha Venugopal decodes.
A lot of us love posting content on social media. We also provide a lot of personal information to sign up, and often social media may put our personal data at risk without us even knowing about it. Recently, X, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, has said that it may soon start collecting biometric and employment information from its users apart from the personal information that account holders already provide to the platform. According to X, the collection of biometric data, which is basically data related to a person's physical attribute such as facial scan or fingerprint, is for X premium users. The platform will also give the option to provide a government ID combined with a selfie to add a verification layer. The company has said this will help X find impersonation attempts and make the platform more secure. It has also said that the user's employment and educational history will help the platform recommend potential jobs for her. Now, this new privacy policy will come into force on September 29th. Recently, X had announced that it will soon give users the option to make video and audio calls. All of this is in line with X-founder Elon Musk's ambition to turn X into an everything app, from calling to posting to finding jobs and even initiating payments. Remember, Twitter's previous policy didn't ask for biometric data, job or employment history. And the new disclosures by X are an update to the company's new privacy policy. X is also not the only social media platform to collect biometric data. Meta's Instagram, for instance, implemented a selfie-based age verification system for its UK users last year. Now, the change is happening even as there's more awareness now to make social media safer for children, and platforms are being asked to verify their users' age. Experts in the West have said this is an attempt by X to provide more targeted and customized experience for its users. Some have also called it a huge data grab with consent that needs users' caution. But how do experts in India see this? Kaushik Moitra, who's a lawyer looking at digital regulation and a partner at Bharucha & Partners, said the move to collect biometric data must take into account X's liabilities and responsibilities both as a data fiduciary and data processor under India's newly minted Digital Personal Data Protection Law. He said that the consent of the data principle, or simply said users, provided to X and to other platforms must set out the reasoning and use for the collection of biometric data. Equally, the right of the users to withdraw the consent is critical to any such rollout.
So, well, the latest and the brightest chapter in India's space odyssey. Well, ISRO's Sun mission Aditya L1 has successfully completed the first earthbound maneuver. Now, Aditya L1 was launched on Saturday, and ISRO now says that the satellite is healthy and operating nominally. Now, the first earthbound maneuver is performed successfully and the new orbit is attained. Now, the next big step, the next big maneuver is scheduled for September the 5th. All eyes now on how Aditya will send information, crucial information about Sun, its thermal profile and much more. But who is behind India's Sun mission? Well, it's a woman, Nigar Shaji, the project director of Aditya L1. She's been working with ISRO for the past 30 years. Now, she comes from a family of farmers in Tamil Nadu. She's had humble beginnings, but she got her engineering degree from Madurai Kamraj University, and then she completed her master's in electronics from BITS Ranchi, and she also served as a project director, an associate project director of ResourceSat 2A. So, well, India's wishes are with Aditya. We're running out of time on this bulletin. From all of us here, goodbye.